10 minutes. That's the time we have until our day comes to an end. Where should we spend our final moments? She and I are headed toward the lighthouse on the outskirts of town. We're no longer holding hands.
なあ、ユーマ。
Yeah?
今日が終わると、私たちはどうなるんだ？
I don't know. Maybe we'll just disappear before each other's eyes. Then everyone we know will reappear in this world one by one. Let's hope.
このまま、ずっと二人一緒にってわけにはいかないのかな。
Yeah, well, maybe if this was your latest version, you could bamboozle me, but considering that there's H scenes left to go, yeah. Who knows?
どうかなって、ユーマは平気なのか？
You know, I thought the last scene would have one, but no, apparently not. No, Shinku, I do care. It's just that I've had a long time to prepare myself for this eventuality. Eventuality? Hang on. Yeah, eventuality. If you and I stay here, then no one will ever find happiness.
ユーマ、私じゃやっぱり、私じゃお前に恋することを正しく教えてやれないのかな？
Listen, look, that's not what I meant to click on. All I'm gonna say is, 4 words should not take that long to say.
私じゃやっぱり不十分だったのかな。いや、恋を知らない私がお前にそれを教えてやれないことは十分以上に知っていた。だけど二人で一緒に長い時間をかけてそれを知っていくことくらいはできるだろうと、そう思っていたのに。
But Shinku continues, casting her gaze across the vast blue sea.
お前は私とそんな時間を過ごすことそのものにうなずいてくれない。ユーマは私に好きだと言ってくれない。その方法を私には見つけられない。その一言さえもらえれば、私はお前の願いを叶えられたと安心できるのに。
I was honestly happy. You were constantly by my side ever since I was young, and nothing could have ever made me happier. Could have made me happier. When most people would have to spend their nights alone, I always had you. Because you were there, I wasn't hounded by despair and loneliness. And even when I tried to forget about you, you didn't abandon me. You didn't abandon me, even though that was one of the cruelest things I could have done to you. Other than the fact that, you know, you forced her to be the only, forced her to basically not exist in this world, and you're the only person who knows she exists and can see her. That means much, much more to me than you fulfilling my wish. I have to tell you something, Shinku. This is the true way for us to reach the great library of the beyond. The realm which exists to fulfill every last wish in this world. Life is given to humans so that the wishes and dreams they hold inside their hearts can take shape. My wish was to fall in love, but that's something that can never be allowed to happen. because I have to return to the library and rescue everyone who was taken.
だからそれは私がユーマの願いを叶えてあの場所へ行って。
No, that's not how it works, Shinku. I don't know where you got that misconception. Well, I do. I do know. But that no longer matters. Anyhow, the truth is, my wish mustn't be fulfilled. The short, predetermined time allotted to humans that they refer to as life. Those who are able to fulfill their wishes within that span of time turn into books and become stowed away within the shelves of the library. Then they enter a deep, long slumber where they dream peacefully of their next journey and the wish they want to fulfill during it. When their wish has been decided upon, they reawaken as a new human soul, ready to depart and continue their journey. However, those who are unable to fulfill their wish do not become books immediately. They must knock on the door to enter the library. They then have a detailed discussion with the manager, me. I tell them how I'm sorry that they were unable to fulfill their wish, but then I give them the chance to go out and try again immediately if they so desire. Why was there a period that after try again? After that, we would craft a plan together so they would have an easier time fulfilling their wish. Also, I assure them that this time it would be all okay. It would all be okay. Everyone in this world ends up at the place one way or another once their life ends. But that distinction matters a lot in my case. If I can't return to the library via the latter way I mentioned, in other words, if I could return to the library without having fulfilled my wish, then I would be able to enter there without losing my thoughts or memories, and without being turned into a book. That would be my chance to fight back against the corrupted power of the library and set everybody free. Right now, I'm neither human nor God. If I want to return to the library and reclaim my position as its manager, I have to complete my life here as Kanoe Yuma without fulfilling my wish. That's why I can't tell Shinku that I love her. Because those words hold power. I love you. I love you, Shinku. If I uttered those words, it would all come to an end. My wish would be fulfilled. The story would come to an abrupt and unanticipated conclusion, and I would no longer be able to save everyone. Not only that, but the Great Library of the Beyond would likely be stuck in that chaotic state forevermore.
そんな願いを叶えちゃいけない。それじゃあこれまで私がユーマの願いを叶えようとしていたのは一体何だったんだよ。
That was probably because Suzu was trying to fulfill my wish too. I told her that I'd given up on love, but this was likely her way of telling me not to.
それならどうして誰もそれを私に教えてくれなかったんだ。
If we had, what would you have done?
それは
She shakes her head vigorously.
わからないよ、そんなのは。こんなの私には難しすぎるよ。
We have 5 minutes left. it'll be gone before we know it. Time is ticking by mercilessly fast.
私はユーマが好きだ。それは間違いじゃない。でも今の話を聞くとますますわからなくなってくる。私のこの好きはどういった種類の好きなんだ？友情、愛情、家族愛。これはユーマが欲しかった恋することなのか？
I can't say.
そうだよ。わからない。わからないんだよ。何もかも。恋することを知らない私がその是非を知るにはあまりにも時間がなさすぎるんだ。もっと時間が欲しいよ、ユーマ。私は知りたいんだ。この気持ちが恋することとして本当なのか、それとも写本の私に夏目鈴が書き込んだだけの偽物なのか。
Jinku reaches out for my hand.
それを確かめるためにもう少しだけでいい。私はお前と一緒にいたいんだ。
But I don't take her hand.
ユーマ。
I'm sorry, Shinku. I really wish it didn't have to be this way. You're the one who suffered the most from all of this. Everyone lied to you. None of us told you the truth. This whole time, I have used you and forced you to live how I wanted you to. I just ask one thing though, Shinku. Please don't blame Suzu for this. Honestly, I kind of understand her mindset this whole time. She wanted you and me to live in this world together. That's what I truly believe. She probably wanted me to give in to your persuasion during these final moments and decide that I do want to fulfill my wish. After all, then you and I would live happily ever after. That's probably what she had in mind. Even if that's not 100% accurate, I doubt it's too far from the truth. I think Suzu decided that she would take it upon herself in my place to find some way to make it to the Great Library of the Beyond herself. Honestly, you know, I'm sure she would have found a way somehow, and everyone would be set free at last.
それならもうここから先のことは夏目鈴に任せて。
No, I can't. I can't go along with her plan.
乗っかってやらないってどうしてそんな。これはゲームとかじゃないんだぞ、ユーマ。
I know, Shinku. It's not a game. That's why I have to atone for my own sins. I can't simply pass the responsibility off to somebody else. I'm the one who brought upon all this suffering to everyone, and that's why I'm the one who has to atone for that. What's the point otherwise? I can't rely on my master to clean up after my mistakes any longer. At some point, I have to take responsibility for my actions. So I'm going back to the library. I'm returning to the Beyond, the Divine Sanctum, and from there, I'll pray for you to find happiness. I'll pray that you'll be able to find a world this time that's able to give you the happiness that you deserve. A world where you'll meet somebody so wonderful that you'll forget all about me.
違うよ、ユーマ。そんなのは求めてない。私が欲しいのは。
Shinku.
ダメだ。 分かってる。本当は分かってるんだ、私だって。あとは夏目すずに任せておけばいい。あの子が全ての問題を解決してくれる。そんなのはただの希望的観測にしか過ぎないんだってこと。もしもダメだったら、どれだけ時間をかけても最良の解決法を見つけ出せなかったら。確かにあの子は有能だけど、神様なんかじゃなくて人間だ。長い時間をかけて見つけ出した問題が思っていたよりも大きくて、夏目すずにはとてもじゃないけど解決できるようなものじゃなかったら。そういうのを全部無視して、まあ大丈夫だろうって楽観視を決め込んで、私はユーマとここで一緒に暮らしてあの子たちを忘れられるか。
Chinku shakes her head, her hair swaying.
ダメだ、そんなことできない。それじゃああの子たちを見殺しにしたのも当然だ。だとすると、やっぱりユーマがあの場所へ戻るのが一番の方法なんだろうって思う。あの子たちを自由にするにはそれが最善なんだ。
Yeah, I know. Our only option is to have me go back there. That's the only way in which everything will be solved without an issue.
私はそんなのは嫌だと思ってる。私はユーマが好きだ。大好きだ。ずっと一緒にいたい。でも今の私のこの好きは恋とは違うかもしれない。本物じゃないのかもしれない。それを知るには時間が足りない。なあユーマ、教えてくれよ。私は何を求めればいいんだ。私はユーマと一緒にいられなくなるのも嫌だけど、あの子たちを見殺しにしてしまうのも絶対に嫌なんだ。
She buries her face in her hands and shakes her head.
わからないよユーマ。私はもう何もわからない。嫌だ。こんなの嫌だ。痛いよユーマ。胸が苦しい。ズキズキズキズキ痛いんだ。
I cast my gaze toward the horizon and maintain my silence.
そうだ、ユーマ思い出したぞ。あの本屋の力は今混乱してしまっているんだろ。そんな状態にある中でユーマが考えているような方法でちゃんと元に戻れるのか。今あそこはユーマが住んでいた頃とは違う。混乱だ、暴走だ。そんな状況にあるあの場所が正常に機能するだなんて思えない。願いを叶えようが叶えまいが、どんな選択をしようが、どちらにしろ結局ユーマはあそこへ戻れるんじゃないのか。だってユーマはあの場所でずっと暮らしていたんだろう。だったらそれくらい都合がいいことが起こったっていいじゃないか。
I can't, Shinku. I can't act on baseless speculations. The situation is too dire for me to just pray for a miracle. Everyone's safety is riding on this.
でもだけど
Shinku. I hold her hand as lightly as I can.
ユーマ、
Her eyes swim with tears as she looks up at me. Those tears break my heart. Were they merely inevitability written into this fake story, or were they a product of genuine sadness she was feeling? I don't know. I don't, but I still cast my gaze down to the ground, unable to bear seeing her weep like this. I have to return to that place, Shinku. I can't stay here. This is the decision I've arrived at.
ユーマ、私は
I'll never forget you. I'll never forget you, Shinku. Even after I return to that place, no matter what happens, I swear to you that I'll never forget you ever again. Even if I can't tell you that I love you. Please, God, if you're listening, just grant me this one thing. I'm sorry, Shinku. Stay strong and don't be afraid. I pull her small body toward me and plant a kiss on her forehead. Then I release her. I let go of her hand and avert my gaze.
ユーマ、嘘だろ。
She clings tightly and desperately to my arm.
まさかこれで終わり？これでさよなら？
And I'm a liberator, Shinku. That's how I've lived my life in this world. So I have to go and set everybody free. It's my final task.
やだ。やだよ、ユーマ。こんなさよなら、私は嫌だ。私も恋が知りたい。ユーマと一緒にそれを知りたい。
5.
でも私はまだ何も知らないままなんだ。
4.
もっともっとこれからたくさんのことを知って二人で偽物を本物の気持ちを知っていけるはずだったんだ。
3. I shake my head. 2. I can't live that life with you, Shinku. Those are the rules. 1.
ルールがなんだよ。それでも私はお前のことが。
0. I shut the book in my hands. The end. This world is now no more. Instantly, the town is filled with the hustle and bustle of life again. But it hurts. The space next to me, my hand, my heart, they're all empty. From here on out, I'll have to face every trial, every tragedy, every lonely moment without her comfort. I'll be alone, all alone, forever. I gaze up at the sky again. It's a beautiful blue, with not a feather in sight. I'm sorry. Shinku's returned to the other world by now, probably trying her hardest not to cry after being used and manipulated so much in this awful dream. I wonder if she hates me now for all the horrible things I did to her. I'm so sorry, Shinku. God truly is an imperfect being.
Oh, Yuma-san!
I turn around to find Kana standing there.
どうしたんですか、こんなところで。もうお昼ご飯ですよ。
She tells me that she came looking for me after she couldn't find me anywhere in the dorm, to which I ask her, "Hey, Kana, what's the date today? What month and year?"
今日ですか？どうしてそんなこと聞くんですか？
No reason. I'm just curious.
そうなんですか？
Yeah, so, you happen to know?
はい、今日はですね、
He proceeds to tell me the day, month, and year. It happens to be that very day 5 years ago. Summer day I wish to return to as I tried to wipe Shinku from my memory.
それがどうしたんですか？
There's anxiety in her voice, but I shake my head. No, it's nothing. If I couldn't fulfill my wish to fall in love, then I decided it would be best to forget about you completely. To me, that was the easiest way to give up on finding love. However, I won't forget ever again. I won't forget Shinku ever again. Till death, and even beyond death, I'll remember her forever and ever. I look to my side and see nothing. Nothing but a large empty space. It symbolizes the regret I'll always carry with me from the decision I made on this day, and the tangible proof that my heartfelt wish was something that was never meant to be. It hurts. My heart aches so much. I made the right choice though. This was for the best. Let's go, Kana. I'll bet everyone's waiting on us.
はい、でも大丈夫ですか、ユマさん。どこか様子が変ですけど。
I smile and assure her that I'm fine.
私はきっと誰も好きになるようなことはないよ。
Yuku's words suddenly echo in my mind, and I shed a few tears. More than likely, I'll remain alone for the rest of my life too. The years passed and passed. Eventually, my life came to an end. With an unfulfilled wish in my heart, my soul traveled to the beyond. I hear a grating sound. This is the prison of souls. I look around the place. Oh, how it's changed in my time away. Ominous black clouds loom in the air everywhere. I'm not doing... This was such a serious scene. Why would you fucking add onomatopoeia? They sway menacingly. Those vile, power-hungry creatures. I don't know what they've become, and they likely don't fully understand their own existence either. Those sad creatures are like forgotten toys gathering dust in the attic. I'm back. Oh, how long it's been since I was lost in this library. Here I am, though, back at last. It's time to change your appearance back to what it ought to be. The very realm itself seemed to be jerking erratically. All because its manager, have returned. Once those black cloud creatures that snuck into here during my absence notice my presence, they skitter and scurry away. whether they fully understand what was happening or were in complete ignorance. Those bastards seem to have enjoyed the havoc they were able to wreak. After making sure every last one of them is gone, I locked the door that connects this place to the outside. The doorbell that Suzu returned is also there. Now everything is back to normal. I'm not quite human, and not quite a god, but even so, I'm going to reclaim my position as manager of this place. I'm sorry everyone. Just as I promised, I set Kana, Mio, and the others free, and they returned to the real world, which is no longer frozen in time. I'm so sorry for causing you all so much suffering. Ever since the day that when Shinku and I said our farewells, I've been working as a liberator alongside Suzu, running around and trying to save the lives that had been targeted by this place. However, to no avail. Our success rate remained at a flat 0%. Still, despite how long it took me to get here, I'm finally at peace. I placed down the books I brought here with me. Suzu and I had gathered those books over the course of our work as liberators. Those foul creatures who had invaded this place had thrown them out as some sort of sick prank. I'm just so tired, so unbelievably exhausted. I decided to put the books on the shelves later. Right now, all I want is to sleep. I want to close my eyes and think of you, Shinku. For so many years, so many tens of years, my heart has been empty. Even so, I could say that I lived a happy life, thanks to the wonderful people around me. Hana remains as sweet and endearing as always, all throughout the years. Mio continued to support me throughout my life, always sighing and bemoaning my hopelessness. I felt bad about it all, and once suggested they find someone else, get married and live a happy life with them. Hana cried. Mio, well, she just glared at me angrily. I don't know why they reacted like that. Also, crazily enough, Tsukasa became richer than any of us, yet she still continued to lament her lack of breasts, and how they never grew, which when I consoled her though, she would always perk right back up, just like she used to. Oh, I would never get implants on Oni-san. That's cheating. I have to grow big boobies naturally. Spouting silly lines like that, and revering me as a god, it never did stop. At this point, I can't help but find it ironic that she called me a god. Joe continued to play games with me for the rest of my life. Even when I was feeling down, she paid no mind to that and kept me company. Thank you all so much. Words can't express that gratitude I feel. Ayumu, Suzu. Haku and Ren, and all the other inhabitants of all the various worlds. They all worked hard to bring me happiness. I loved them all so dearly, even if they weren't real in the truest sense. Still, all I wanted was to be with Shinku. The life with her I'd sacrificed. A future which was never meant to be. Whenever I thought back on it, my chest would ache with regret, and I'd begin to question whether or not I'd truly made the right choice. Where are you right now? And what are you doing? Have you fallen in love with someone else? With someone yet? I could glimpse into her life now that I'm here. I know I could, but I'm scared to. What if she's with someone not... What if she's with someone... Or what if she's with someone not me? What if she's forgotten all about me? What if I no longer exist in her mind? I don't even want to imagine it. It would break my heart. I fall asleep. I'll never leave this place ever again. It'll be my prison for all eternity, the cage around my soul. I love you, Shinku. I love you so much. I utter those words which I was never allowed to say to her. It's true. I always God damn it. I always have. And I always will. I love Nikaido Shinku. This is it. The end. The world has reached its end. With it, my story comes to a conclusion. I close my eyes, hoping that I'll be able to find happiness in my dreams at least. I could still hear your voice calling to me in my mind. I open my eyelids. Right. I almost forgot. I have work to do. I'm a robot, and I must continue my essential work. First, I need to put away all the books I brought back with me. The ones that Suzu and I retrieved, which I left out yesterday. I go and pick them up. It's time for us to talk about what your next life will be. I open up the books one by one and call upon the souls inside before discussing things with them. I listen carefully and attentively to all of them, then bestow upon them enough power to make their wishes come true. Goodbye and good luck. I'll forever be praying that you complete your journey safely. I see off countless souls. Please take me with you. I think to myself. I promise. This time, I promise that I'll live my life to the fullest, and without regret. I know, though, I can't. Telling myself it's impossible, I open up the next book. I made my decision, so now I have to live with it. Then, something strange happens. Hey God, the girl who appears from the next book says, I know you. Huh? I look at her dubiously. Who is she? I can't for the life of me remember. I'm sorry, I don't think I know you. You don't remember? I asked you to help me escape from that malicious god. I was your client. Oh, right. So this is her. I remember now. She was the girl with the large tag on her face, which hid her features like a mask. I remember Suzu telling me afterward that it was customary for the sacrifices in that world to wear them. You're that girl. She nods. Although I can't see her face or any part of her, I imagine that she's smiling warmly. Well, it's certainly been a long time. Suzu kept your book safe ever since Tsukasa and I went to retrieve it. Upon returning here, I brought it along with several others. What a coincidence that the book belonged to someone I'd met. I'm sorry we couldn't save you. It's okay. Don't worry about it, she responds, shaking her head, an amicable tone in her voice. I actually wanted to thank you. Me? Uh-huh. I don't deserve to be thanked. Not in the slightest. Oh, but you do. Thanks to you, I was able to find the courage to save my parents. I was so sad and lonely back then, but now I'm glad that things ended up as they did. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you. Suddenly, I hear another voice. It's another soul whose name I don't know. Who are you? I'm another one like her. I was chosen to be taken here, but you did everything you could to save me. Oh. He's one of the souls which Suzu and I helped. We desperately tried to find a way for him to escape the clutches of the chaotic library, but in the end we weren't able to save him. You did everything you could to save me, and I'll never forget that. He then departs for his next journey. I want to thank you too. You made me happy. The next soul smiles at me. If you're able to, please convey my thanks to the lady who was with you as well. Souls continued to appear that day, one after another smiling at me. Thank you. I'm the one who's grateful to all of you. I finally feel at peace. Our never-changing 0% success rate. It often made me feel as though our efforts were in vain. Sometimes I'd even consider that there might not be any point in continuing our work. However, perhaps what we did wasn't as meaningless and fruitless as I thought. That's what I want to believe now. Eventually, after bidding farewell to all of the souls I met that day, the library fell quiet. Suddenly, I hear a melodious laughter. I turn around. Standing there is the first girl who I met that day. The girl whom I failed to set free, with the large tag masking her face. Aren't you going? After nodding, she speaks to me. I actually know all about you. Huh? Oh, yeah. You already told me that, though. No, what I meant to say is, I've known you since before that. You and I have known each other for a long, long time. What do you mean? The girl places a finger on her chin as she chooses her words. You don't know who I am? I don't think so.
この声だったら聞き覚えはないかな。意地悪な神様。
I squint at her. Tell me if I'm mistaken, but
いいよ。
I know a girl whose voice sounds a lot like yours. She and I spoke about all sorts of things here a long time ago.
そうだね。
That girl was Shinku's sister.
そう、それが私。お姉ちゃんの妹の愛だよ。二階堂愛。
Why do you look like that, though?
正確には一つ前の私が愛だったってことだね。今の私は別の人だから。驚いた？
Yeah.
やった。
The girl raises her hand in a cheer.
大成功。
Did what?
人を驚かすのって面白いよね。私、こういうの大好きだよ。というか、ここであなたと一緒にこの体に生まれ変わるのを決めたでしょ。それなのに覚えてないの？本当に驚かれるなんて思わなかった。むしろこっちが驚きだよ。
Sorry, but I don't remember. I've talked to numerous souls during my time here, so I can't exactly remember all the specific details concerning each and every one. If I wanted to remember someone, I'd note down the conversations we had in my diary, but I never interacted with them once they'd set off to their next life.
そっか。まあ、別にいいけどね。
The girl who used to be Nikaido Ai then proceeds to explain to me what had happened to her. After speaking with me here in the library, she'd embarked on a journey to find the love of her life, Kanoe Yuma.
でもね、やっぱり今回もダメだった。私はユーマと付き合うどころか、この人生ではあの人と出会うこともできなかったんだよ。
I guess things don't always go according to plan, huh? He remarks, shooting me a light-hearted smile. I'm sorry. If I hadn't cut short your life as Nikaido Ai. If I hadn't cut your life short as Nikaido Ai. No. Cut short your life as Nikaido Ai. What? Your wish would have been fulfilled. Come on, I already told you not to worry about that. She responds with a laugh.
人生の目的は一つじゃないといけない決まりはどこにもないよね。だから今回はユーマと恋することじゃなくて、大好きなお父さんとお母さんを守ることにしたんだよ。それは愛だった私ができなかったことの一つだから。
You mean when you accepted your fate to be a sacrifice to the chaos that ruled over this place? Mm-hmm. She said with a nod.
あの時はありがとう。二階堂愛だった記憶は忘れてしまっていたけれど、それでも私の手を引いてくれる神様の手に勇気をもらえたよ。頑張れ、諦めるな、走り続けろ。そう言ってくれたから、今回も私のお父さんとお母さんになってくれた二人を守ることができたんだよ。私は大好きなお父さんとお母さんを守ることができた。 それが果たせただけでも今回の私の人生は大成功だったけど、神様、私ね、あなたのことを助けに来たんだよ。
What? It takes a moment for my mind to process what she just said. What do you mean by that? You want to save me?
そうだよ。それが今回の私の最終目標。一人ぼっちで寂しがり屋な神様を私が助けに来たんだよ。
Well, it was gonna either be I or Suzu. There wasn't any real... It could have only been those two. I'm sorry. I still don't get it. Could you explain it to me in simpler terms?
あの後。
ん？
今の私がここへ連れてこられちゃった後のことだね。私はこの場所で本にされて、そこの本棚に並べられた。すると不思議だった。さっきまで自分が二階堂愛だったことなんて忘れてたのに、たちまち全部を思い出したの。あなたとここで話したことも、お姉ちゃんが大好きだったことも、ユーマを愛していたことも、それよりもずっと前のことも含めて全部。だけど、もっと不思議だったこと。どこを見てもここにあなたはいなかった。代わりに気持ちの悪い変な奴らで溢れてた。すぐに分かったよ。そいつらがあなたのいなくなったこの場所で、私たちが生きているたくさんの世界にいたずらをしているんだって。私はね、神様、何をやってるの？どうしてこんな奴らに勝手をさせてるの？って思ったけど。でもね、私は安心したんだよ、神様。
Realized what?
あなたはこの場所を出られないって言ってたけど、でもそうじゃなかったんだって。あなたはここから外へ出ることができたんだって。そしてもしかしたら神様はお姉ちゃんに会いに行ってくれたんじゃないかって、そう思ったの。
Yuma and I had to leave her, and she was all alone, but you'd gone to be with her, so she wouldn't have to feel lonely. She continues.
きっとあなたはお姉ちゃんを幸せにしてくれる。それを信じていたから、私はあなたのことを助けようって思ったの。
I'm completely incapable of making her happy.
できるよ。あなたにならお姉ちゃんを笑顔にできる。いっつも眉間にシワを寄せていたお姉ちゃんを幸せにできる。
I can't.
できるんだよ。私はそれを信じてる。だって私はここからずっと見てたんだよ、二人のこと。やっぱり神様はお姉ちゃんに会いに行ってくれていた。でもなんだかちょっと変な感じにお姉ちゃんとあなたは入り組んでいた。素直に好きだと相手に伝えられない二人がもどかしかった。何やってるの？そんなんじゃないよって私思ったの。私はお姉ちゃんみたいに上手に言えないけど、でもね、全然違うよ、そうじゃないんだよってわかるんだ。 諦めるなんて思わないでよ、神様。それってなんだかとっても悲しいよ。だから私が神様を助けようと思ったの。あなたが留守にしているこの場所に入り込んだ変な奴らを追い払って、私が神様の代わりにここに住もうって。そしてお姉ちゃんが生きてる時間を楽しいことで溢れさせようって。
That's why I decided to come and save you for her sake. She mumbles with a small nod.
だけど本にされたままじゃ何もできなくて、それでも何かをしなきゃって。なんだか焦って気持ちばかりで叫んでジタバタしてたら、本にされたままここからあいつらに追い出されちゃった。
I see.
うん。それでどうやってまたここに戻ろうかと思ってたら、あなたが私の本を見つけてくれて、そしてこうして運んでくれたの。あなたが私の本を開いてくれるまで、今日まで時間がかかっちゃったけど、それでもきっと大丈夫だよ。遅すぎることなんか何もないよね。
I'm not entirely sure about this. What exactly is this all about?
だから言ったでしょ。私はあなたを助けに来たんだよ。私が神様の代わりにここに残るよ。
So that I don't have to? She nods.
たくさんの人を自由にするために神様は今日まで頑張ってきたんだもん。今度は神様が自由になる番だよ。
I can't have that.
どうして？どうしてダメなの？
Because I never was able to set anyone free. So I don't deserve freedom. I find myself at a loss for what to say. What do I actually want? I myself don't even know the answer to that question.
ありがとう。あなたのおかげだよ。
What?
この場所に理不尽にとらわれていた人たちは全員元に戻って、終わりかけていた私たちの世界も元に戻った。そう、みんな幸せになれたんだよ。たった一人だけ、私のお姉ちゃんを除いてみんな幸せ。お姉ちゃんは今も一人で泣いてるよ。
Inku's crying?
そうだよ。助けたい子供たちは戻ってきたけど、そうして私たちの世界は助かったけど、でもまた一人でお姉ちゃんは研究室にこもってるんだよ。もう研究することもなくなっちゃって、一日中誰にも会わずに本ばかり読んでる。
Books.
本の中に住む魔法使いを探しているのかもしれないね。魔女がそうしていたように。そして自分の願いを叶えてもらおうとしてるんじゃないかな。
Inku's wish.
それくらいのことはここから覗けば簡単にわかるでしょ。
He seems a bit exasperated. But I couldn't check in on her because I was too scared of what I might see. I didn't want to know what Shinku was doing in her life right now. So, quite frankly, I was surprised to hear what had happened to her from Ai.
ねえ、どうしてお姉ちゃんを一人にしたの？お姉ちゃんの幸せをちゃんと考えてくれたの？
Oops.
爪が甘いよ神様。一人にするなら一人にするで、どうしてお姉ちゃんの記憶を消しておかなかったの？それともあなたがお姉ちゃんを忘れないって誓ったように、お姉ちゃんもあなたのことを覚えているようにと考えたの？そんなのはずいぶん勝手だね。
I know. I won't make excuses. I didn't mean for this to happen. It just ended up that way. Actually, that's not quite right. The truth is that I couldn't bring myself to wipe Shinku's memory. The thought of her forgetting about me, the thought of her one day arriving at this place and asking me who I am, it's soul-crushing. That was why I did what I did.
お姉ちゃんはいつも強がってるけど、でもね、自分が寂しいって思ってることにもなかなか気づけないくらい寂しがり屋な女の子なんだよ。だから私はユーマと結婚してもずっとお姉ちゃんと一緒に暮らそうと思ってたのに、だからね、神様、そんなお姉ちゃんの自分でも気づけていない大きな寂しさを拭ってあげられるのはあなたしかいないんだって思うの。だってお姉ちゃんは今でもずっとお願い、神様、お姉ちゃんを笑顔にしてよ。
There's just no way I can do that. I have no idea how to make her smile. So I can't just turn you into a sacrifice in order to go see her.
それなら
He pauses briefly to take a deep mental breath before saying what she's going to say next.
もう一度作ろうよ。
Make what?
神様と魔女が作った色とりどりの世界、偽物だったあの世界をもう一度、今度は私たち二人で作って本物にしよう。
What?
その世界でもう一度お姉ちゃんと一緒に暮らしてよ。
Where is this idea coming from? Is there even any point to doing that?
意味ならあるよ。あなたは最善の場所と方法で私のお姉ちゃんを笑顔にする責任があるの。あなたのことを忘れられないお姉ちゃんを幸せにする責任があるの。
My duty.
そしてもう一つ、大切なことを忘れてる。
What's that?
あなたと魔女が作ったお姉ちゃんの願いを叶えるための偽物の世界。その場所で生まれてきた人たちはまだ誰一人として幸せになれていないままこの本屋の本棚に並んでいるよ。
Well,
あの学生寮にあなたと一緒に住んでいた人たち、みんなのことだよ。あなたは一度 お姉ちゃんのためにあの子たちの写本の願いを叶えたけれど、でもそれをなかったことにしてる。5年前に戻りお姉ちゃんと別れるっていう選択をしてリセットしてしまってる。
I reset things back to the period before I began to fulfill each of their wishes. Why did I decide to go back to that point in time specifically? It was because I wanted everything involving Shinku to be undone. Simultaneously, though, I wouldn't forget about her. As long as she existed within me, that was all that mattered. I truly believed that.
とにかくもう一度、あなたはあの子たちの願いを叶えていかなくちゃいけないの。お姉ちゃんと一緒に。
But why?
それはあの子たちを作ったあなたの責任だよ。言ってみればあの子たちはあなたの子供みたいなものでしょ。ここでこうして他の子たちの願いを聞いてあげてる場合じゃないんだよ。自分の子供を助けられないでどうするの？そしてお願い、今度はお姉ちゃんを笑顔にするために生きてよ。
Find your happiness, God, she says.
ここで誰かの幸せを願うのなら、まずは自分が十分以上に幸せじゃないとダメだよ。
I can't do that, though. I just can't.
どうして？
There's not nearly enough space to create a new world. Two worlds that are carbon copies of one another cannot coexist on the same time axis. That spatial restriction is what prevents me from simply creating a new world.
何言ってるの？別に前と同じ時間の枠内にこだわらなくてもいいじゃない。そうしないといけない理由はどこにもないよ。すでに終わってしまった世界はたくさんある。何千何万と空白の時間は余ってる。その席を埋めればいいだけだよ。
That is a valid point. Still, the gaps in space and time that those worlds used to occupy, aren't those gaps only there because they're necessary to something or someone?
あのね、
I heaves a sigh.
融通が利かないのは神様の悪いところだって私は思うな。それともまた偽物を作るのに気が引ける？
That might be it. Yet you were perfectly fine creating a new world when its purpose was to fulfill my sister's wish? I asks, exasperated. You don't think that's kind of selfish? Maybe.
たとえ作り出したものが偽物だと誰かに罵られたとしても、それを本物以上に愛する人がいるなら、それは何よりも価値のあるものだよ。
What?
偽物の価値はあなたが決めるの。どこかで拾った石ころを磨いて磨いてダイヤモンドにするんだよ。さあ始めようよ。お姉ちゃんとあなたの願いを叶えるためのお話を一緒に書こう。そして新しい物語を書き終わったら、ここを管理する権利を私に渡してくれる？
Do you really think I'd agree to that?
思わないよ。神様は偽善者だもんね。
That's not very nice, you know. A wry smile rises to my lips.
それならこう言うよ。私はあなたを許さない。
Why is that?
二階堂愛だった私は、あなたに無理やりここに連れてこられたんだよ。恋を知りたいっていう自己満足を満たすためだけに。それなのに、私の最初で最後のお願いを聞いてくれないとか言うんなら、ずっとずっとあなたのことを恨むから。
That's not fair at all. I smiles. Oh, is it not?
とにかく私にここを譲ってくれないと許さないよ、永遠に。いつまでもいつまでも私はあなたを大嫌いになるから。これから先、お姉ちゃんがここに戻ってきた時は言いつけてやるんだから。あなたに私はいじめられちゃったんだよって。
I really don't want that to happen.
でしょ？だったらほら、書こうよ。新しい物語を私と一緒に。
Left with little choice, I pull out a book about a world which ended long ago. She and I then proceed to write a new story in that space. Innumerable imitations and innumerable fake deaths, fake details. A world which nothing will go according to plan, and yet a world in which everything will exceed expectations. A world which I will love more than anything, and value more than its real counterpart.
質問。
Yeah?
ねえ、どうしてこの人をこんな具合に配置するの？今の本人と全然違うよね。しかもこの人はお姉ちゃんと同じように本物の世界から本人を引っ張ってくるんだね。
Well, you see, she'd always pull all sorts of mean pranks on me, so I figured it won't hurt to give a little bit of revenge, to get a little bit of revenge. With Ai's assistance, I continue drafting up this new colorful world.
完成？
Yeah, more or less. It wouldn't be any fun to go into too much detail. If I write down anything more than just the basic setting, there'd be no point in living there anymore. I giggles. What's so funny?
ううん。なんだか嬉しそうだね、神様。
I do?
ツンデレ？
No. Definitely not. I'm just a tad bit anxious. What about you?
うん。
What are you going to do now? Are you fully aware of what it means to be the manager of this place?
わかってるよ。私はここから出られない。永遠に。そういうことでしょ？
I nod.
別にいいよ、そんなのは。ううん。むしろ私はそうしたいの。
How come?
私、思ったんだけど、ユーマのことを探しても見つからないのなら、ここで待っていればいいんじゃないかって。ここは死んだ命が必ずやってくる場所なんだから、そう遠くない未来にユーマはここにやってくるよね。私はそれを待っていようって思ったの。 そしてユーマと出会えたら、私はここでユーマと一緒に暮らすよ。
That's...
いい考えでしょ?
She smiles. However, I can't help but doubt that it'll be as easy as she seems to believe. Would the other Kanoe Yuma really agree to live with her here? Not only that, but he should still despise me. Would he really agree to I sacrificing her freedom to get me mine?
この本屋さんの管理を私に任せてくれる?
Look, fake Yuma, I'm sure that I could convince the real Yuma, okay? Especially since, you know, she's his wife. Previous wife of a previous life.
どうしたらいいの? 何をしたらこの場所は私を認めてくれる?
I'm sorry. At my apology, she cocks her head to one side and stares at me blankly. I know we've already spent a lot of time on this, but after thinking about it again, it's just not going to work out. Sure, Shinku did tell me that she loved me, but that was only so we could save everyone. I just can't imagine that she'd still be waiting for me after how long it's been since.
嫌い.
She smacks me on the head. Ow.
ぐじぐじぐじぐじ同じ会話をいつまでも繰り返して。本当に嫌いだよ。そんな湿っぽい男の子。私は嫌い。大嫌い。それになんだかお姉ちゃんを悪く言われたみたいでとっても嫌だよ。今の言葉。
You need to touch the doorbell. Touch the doorbell and make a wish to be the new occupant here. Once you do that, my role will transfer to you, and you'll be the official manager.
たったそれだけ?
Yes, nothing more than that. I can't touch the doorbell, but right now you can.
なんだ、簡単なんだね。もっと突拍子もないものを想像してたのに。
Well, you're already sacrificing enough to be the new manager. It shouldn't, you know, it shouldn't be that hard. They shouldn't try to make it any harder. I mean, the next second. I does exactly what I instructed her to, without a moment's hesitation.
これで私は神様になれたのかな?
I guess so.
あんまり何かが変わったようには思えないけど、私は私のままだって感じだよ。ベルに触れる前と何も変わってない感じ。
Well, don't you remember what I told you? I'm not a god.
なるほど。確かにそうだね。
She nods. Then her face breaks into an awkward smile.
でも、悪くない気分だよ。こういうのも。
With that, I opens the door.
生きて。
Huh? She looks up at me with a smile on her face.
心も体もあらゆる意味で生きていくことを諦めないで。
And also no taxis backsies.
みんなの願いを叶えて、お姉ちゃんの笑顔を守って、そしてあなたも思い通りの恋をして、あなたにはそれを全部叶える責任があるの。
Well, that's certainly a lot of wishes to fulfill. Doesn't that sound a little greedy to you? I let out a small chuckle.
欲張りだっていいじゃない。あれもこれも欲しがっていいんだよ。人と自分に優しくできるならそれでいいの。叶えられる願いは一つだけじゃなくてもいいんだよ。あなたの望むすべてのことを私がここから全部を叶えてあげるから。
Wow. This new god sure is charitable.
私は融通の利かない誰かとは違うから。
You're not wrong about that.
お姉ちゃんによろしくね。私が大好きだったよって言ってたの。伝えてね。
Before I go,
何？
I just want to let you know I won't forget you.
嫌だよ。忘れて。きれいさっぱり忘れてよ。私はあなたのことなんか覚えていたくないもの。
You are mad at me, aren't you?
さあ、どうでしょう。
Iku's sister, the soul that was once Nikaido Ai, shoots me that characteristic carefree smile of hers. My eyes wander across the divine sanctum that I've called my home for so long. How many years has it been since I first came here? Undoubtedly, a number so large that no one would be able to count. No one would be able to count it. I mean, count to it? I've met so many souls and seen so many worlds in that time. As a result, I do hold some degree of attachment to this place. I know that my predecessor was very open about his disdain for this place, but the days I spent here, I can't say that they were all that bad. As I reflect back on them now, I feel a tiny pang of sadness in my chest.
いってらっしゃい。
His voice abruptly stops my trip down memory lane.
いつかまたこの場所で最果ての古書店で会いましょう。